Again, thank you, Lord, for your presence. This is July 20th. We're on this journey. One of the things we want to really pray about this week is Heather Johnston is in DC, a contingency from USIEA, lots of great meetings happening there. So we're lifting her up in prayer, certainly lifting up everything going on with the uptake of war against Iran. Glad Iran is on today because I want to hear from him and what's going on in Israel, because we're really on high alert regarding is Israel being kind of dragged into this or not. So over to you, Aran. Thanks for sharing.
Hi, Patricia. How are you? Great to see you all. Yes, we are again in a waiting mode. We are operating as usual. Everything is the same here, but we are looking at the news and hearing and waiting that something will happen. We don't know. A lot of conversation was around maybe after the World Cup will finish, something would start. President Trump, but as for now, everything is very usual in Israel, and we open the NLC, and but people go to work. It's very hot, very hot these days in Israel. So we see the news, we're hearing the news, we are following the news. We are not happy about, but as you know, I'm going to the US tomorrow. We are starting a journey to San Diego and then to the ranch. And Ben Gurion Airport is full. You cannot find a place, and we are coming usually 3 hours before. And now we get an announcement that they say that please come 4 hours before because a lot of people going to vacation. So I, I, uh, we are worried, but it's not something that we stop our life or not doing anything as usual. So let's see in prayer that nothing will happen and there is going to be a solution here. And and I hope that it's going to be quiet for sure, as long as I'm not going to be in Israel, but all the season that ahead of us. So who knows? Just God knows what is going to be the future here. Couple of things about what's happened in Israel. So it's a time, it's a special time in the Jewish calendar and the Israeli calendar. In one hand, we are less than 100 days before election in Israel, which is very important, very emotional, very strong, especially after the 7th of October and all the years that we have been in war, and a lot of systems are working or not working, and we can very much see how the Israeli society is divided, and the conversation and the discussion around politics becoming very strong, and the debates are very loudly, and it's very hard. And in the other hand, we are looking in the Jewish calendar that ask us not just look what is going to be in the future, what's happened in the past. And this Wednesday, we are going to start the fast of 9 of Av, Tisha B'Av. And this is the day that we're remembering the destroy of the Temple Mount. And this is a day that we stop and understand what's and we know and learn what's happened to a society that lose the ability to be united. The things that we are learning from that hate for nothing. We have like in Hebrew we have like something like baseless hated, but hate between brothers are the most terrible thing. Enemies from outside, you can win and you can. The IDF is strong to take care of everything. And it's not just about religious saying. It's a warning. It's a historic one. And I'm really concerned about what is going to be in Israel because I see that people and families are start to be torn apart. Brothers and neighbors and partners that start thinking about their people that in the second place in front of them like enemies because of their opinion. It's very hard. And the danger, it's not just about the danger is not a disagreement. Disagreement is great. Jewish people from the days was debating and was disagreement, but when a disagreement becoming something that bringing hate and the wish to win becoming more important than to keep the house together, this is a big thing that we are facing in these days. And I hope and prayer, and I hope that you can carry in your prayers that the future is going to look different, and this next 100 days is going to be different, and the next leader that is going to be elected in democracy way will know after the election to unite this society. And to connect to this, I think last Shabbat was we start reading the book of the Termini, and I think Dvarim, and one of the things that I think in a way make me have tears in my eyes is to read Moses' farewell address, or saying goodbye. The people are very close to enter to the promised land, and Moses know that he's not going to be with them and enter to the promised land. And the last word that he said, you can say it, okay, he is going to say goodbye nicely, encouragement and blessing, but Moses choose to remind the people the failures, the sin of the spies, the fear, the less of faith that was there, the rebellion, the wrong decision that was on the way. And Moses bring it in a hard way, but he's doing that just because love. And when I'm reading that, um, I think that how he say that this is the most important thing. He don't say to them directly. He reminds them the places that the things was happening, and he do it from a huge respect to the people, not to shame them publicly. And I think this is an amazing lesson of leadership. A true leader is not ignore the mistakes. Love is not about silence or cover, or the truth is something that we can, okay, it's okay. Sometimes because you love somebody, or a man, or a community, or a people, we must say the hard things. The big question is how we are saying that, and what is our goal. If you want to humiliate, or to hurt, to defeat? No. And if you are doing things like in a correction, and develop and growing, and start a new beginning, this is something that I think it's a really big a factor. Leadership and leaders are even today with the conversation not very respect the people that in front of them. And Moses don't do it because he is fear, or fear for this moment. He is not revenging the people. He summarized the journey, and he prepared them for the future. And his hard things, not keep them, not saying for keep them in the desert, ella to help them to be prepared while they are entering to the promised land, more responsible, more united. And I love that very much, and I think that this is something that it's really important. And from his speech, one of the things that it's a big thing. He said, "Here, both small and great alike, do not afraid of anyone, for judgment belonging to God." And so this is very important. And every judge and every leader suppose and need to hear the small people and the big people, the leaders and the people in the day by day. You not prefer the people because they have power or money or influence. No, he needs to every leader or a judge understand that justice belongs to God. And I think this is something that it's really critical, and something that I want to put in your radar. in Israel, we have 20% of the population, they are Arabs. And from the 7th of October, there is a big torn apart between the Arab Israelis, not the Palestinians that live in Gaza or the Lebanon. There is a big, because, people afraid, people don't like to hear Arabic. People think that they are doing business with Hamas or Hezbollah, and it's very big thing, and it's things that happening. Yesterday, we have an amazing group, and I hope that in a couple of weeks I can send you a very emotional video about a group of Christian Arabs that came from Nazareth, and they came for a day in the NLC. I was so happy that Dakota becoming strong and back to work, because this is one of the beautiful moments that happened when Arabs Israel is coming to Judea and Samaria, which is something that Arab are not crossing the green line, if we can say that, and they came children in the years of 16. Was amazing a little bit to see that they're not speaking Hebrew, or their English was better than their Hebrew. And we started speaking with them in the day I was doing the opening conversation, and we spoke with them about taking responsibility. And one of the things that happened today in the Arab society is they are killing each other. The criminals and maps are controlling them. There is a lot of weapons there that the innocent people are killing. A lot of violence in the Arab society inside Israel. Sometimes things that happen in Jaffa, which is Tel Aviv in a way, and it's happening. These children came, and we spoke with them about our thing about taking responsibility and taking leadership position. And in this day when it's going by, it was a couple of things that happened. One, they spoke with me and say to me that they feeling today that they have to take responsibility on the Arab community, the Christian Arab community in Nazareth. They need to do more for their people. They to do more for their young people. And it was amazing to see the development of the day. And then Dakota and myself saw one of the girls there in the age of 16, very happy, and we make an interview with her, and I asked her about what she got from the day, and she said to me that she's the first time hearing about the story of King David, and we are reading for every group. It's not important that you are Arab, Jewish, or whatever. We are reading them the verse, "I'm coming to you in the name of God Almighty." And she was speaking to us and say to us that today she didn't know the story about the life of King David, but today she understood that she needs to do more. She needs to come with faith. She understands that God needs to be included in her life. So generally, 99% of the groups and the people that are coming, they are Jewish, that we are speaking with them about the same. But I think if you are, and this is when I spoke about a united society. Even the Arabs in Israel are part of our society. This is the law, and they are living among us. And we need to, when we are building the house, or when we are building the society, and when we are taking care of the society, we need to think about the small groups that are not the mainstream, not the most people. Okay, we need to think about all the children of God that deserve to live. Let's start with that. But more than that, they deserve to get our activity and our Torah and our approach, and especially this young Christian girl, that she said that she needs God in her life, and she discovered that in the hills of Ephraim. And again, I didn't aim that. This is just what we are doing. We just show and tell and teach our stories and bring our vision. But I think when we are speaking about justice and when we are speaking about building a society, we need to see all the children of God that wants to be part of that. Okay, if you hate and if you motivate by, okay, so you know you cannot work with hate, right? You can work with love. And I think if there is an Arab people that wants to come to Ariel, the capital of Samaria, and do the rope courses and hearing about the life of King David, and they want to learn from that and adjust themselves to this and embrace that and love that, I think this is a beautiful thing that we did without even without meaning to do it. But what I understood, and this is something that I learned through the years, is we have our vision. We have our vision. And when you are speaking your vision day by day, and it's not important who is the audience in front of you, beautiful things and miracles happen. And for me to see uh, Arab children that are coming and they don't know to speak Hebrew, they think that the Jewish people are their enemies, and they think that Judea and Samaria full with tanks and people that full with hate, and they come into the National Leadership Center, and this is the house of God that we build brick by brick with a lot of love and tears in our eyes, and we passed years of struggling, and again, but everything that we have from COVID since 7th of October and all the work, every tear with joy and happiness. And I think when you pour love to a vision, it's not important who is the people that are coming, as much as they want to accept your love and accept your vision. And this is how you are building a new generations of leaders. Yes, our focus is Jewish people, and this is the most people. But when a child coming and his eyes is open, for me it's a huge bless. And I think when we are building the foundation for the future, we have our vision. This is it. We are speaking about purpose in life. We are speaking connected to the biblical heritage. We are speaking about faith. We are speaking about listening. This is the things that we are doing. And as much as we are going to be strong with our message, we are going to spread love more and more in Israel. Because in this season of darkness, from the 7th of October for sure, when people are suspicious, when people are living, my parents start to see news from 4 o'clock until 10 p.m. This is what they're doing. They're all day in the news. And most of the people are connected to news in Israel in a way that none of you can imagine, because I know you. But when you are bringing love and hope, and when you are giving people the ability to think, and even for an Arab young man come from Nazareth, and he's, oh my gosh, what is going to be? I don't know that, and what is going to be my future, and war, and the Jewish people are not accepting me, and they are coming and they're getting a hug and full of joy and happiness and love. I think this is by modeling love, you are bringing love. And this is what we are focusing to do. It's not easy for everybody, but I think easy, nobody, for my experience in the last 10 years, nothing is easy, the opposite. But I think when you have these small successes and small changes in the life and the smile of the children's that coming to our activity, this is what is bringing joy to my life and healing to the nation. So thank you very much, Patricia.
Sorry, I was muted. Wow, wow, wow. That's just so good. Love is the ultimate. Love overcoming all of these obstacles. Wow, wow. We're going to pray. Sharon, I'll call upon you. Aaron, you leave tomorrow. I'm just wondering, what are the rumblings also in the country? Nobody's talking about Iran striking Israel, correct? Or are they? I'm just curious as
No, I think that it's in the news, it's in the air, it's part of the environment that's happening. But I think that people are so tired from all the last 3 years that everybody is looking for a vacation
okay.
and for being with the children and doing fun. I told yesterday. Itamar, my son, was on the beach. I go to take him It was more than 10,000 people in the beach of Tel Aviv yesterday evening, not yesterday, Shabbat, because people wants to go out. People have enough. And if we are going to need to go to the bomb shelter, we are going to the bomb shelter. But people tired to be sad. People tired to be under threat. People don't have that. And more than that, we are strong. So, you can people understand that to sit in the home and wait it from the bombs, this is a bad plan. So we are
Right.
going out, doing
Okay.
fun with the children, and if they are going to shoot, we are going to shoot back.
Such an Israeli response. Thank you for that. That's God bless you. I'm going to stop the recording and we're going to pray. I also wanted to make one comment that might be controversial.